In this video, we're going to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. We're going to use algebra tiles and step-by-step algebra to understand how this process works. All right, we're going to use the expression x squared plus 8x. Now, this quadratic could be solved quickly by factoring, but our goal is to show how completing the square also leads to the same solution. All right, now let's take a look at the algebra tiles shown on the screen. The large yellow square represents x times x, or x squared. Each green rectangle represents a single x, and there are 8 of them representing the plus 8x term. All right, now these tiles form a rectangle and not a square, and our goal is to reshape this into a perfect square. All right, to do this, split the 8 green x tiles into 2 groups, or groups of 4, and arrange them on the 2 sides of the yellow square. After doing this, this leaves a gap in the corner that we need to fill in to complete the square. To find out how many tiles we need, take the 4x tiles on each side and imagine the missing corner as a 4 by 4 square. And of course, 4 times 4 is 16, so we add 16 small red unit tiles to complete the square. So when completing the square, you just take the coefficient of x and cut it in half and then square that result. All right, now let's go through completing the square algebraically. So we start with our equation x squared plus 8x equals 0. To complete the square, we look at the number in front of x, which is 8, and we divide that by 2 to get 4. And then we take 4 and we square it, and that is 16. So after getting that result, we're going to add that number 16 to both sides of our equation. So now we have x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 16. The left-hand side is now a perfect square trinomial. So we can factor it as x plus 4 in parentheses squared is equal to 16. All right, now we solve this equation by taking the square root of each side of our equation. The square root of x plus 4 squared is just x plus 4, and the square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. So we write x plus 4 equals positive 4, or x plus 4 equals negative 4. Now, we solve each side of our equation. If x plus 4 equals 4, subtract 4 from both sides and you get x equals 0. If x plus 4 equals negative 4, subtract 4 again and you get x equals negative 8. So we have two solutions, x equals 0 and x is equal to negative 8. These are the same results we would have gotten by factoring, but now you've seen how completing the square works both visually and algebraically. This method is especially helpful when factoring isn't easy. It is a great strategy to have in your algebra toolbox.